Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for your yoga practice today. So today's class is going to be an evening wind down flow. So it's a really great class to do maybe after your work day to help you slow down, or even before bed to help you really wind down before sleep. So we're going to be moving nice and slowly, really gently. We'll stay quite low to the ground for most of the class, for all of the class really actually. What you will need is a strap or a scarf. So I actually don't have a strap in my house at the moment. So I'm just going to use a nice big long scarf. If you had a belt, you could use that as well. So yeah, you can take your time to find that. And then once you're ready, you can come back to the video and we'll get started lying down on our backs. So coming to lie down, we're going to get started with a bend in the knees, letting the feet walk wide away from each other, and then letting the knees just knock towards each other. So your knees are resting against each other. Your arms are down beside you with the palms facing up. And we're just going to get settled here. So you can begin to close your eyes if that feels good to you. Or you may rather just soften your gaze instead. Either way, we're starting to focus our attention inward. Feeling your whole back body resting into the floor beneath you. Feeling the back of your head heavy in your mat. Feeling your spine from the base of your skull all the ways down to your tailbone, resting into the floor. Beginning to invite your mind and body to let go, to surrender, to settle into stillness. Noticing if there's any tightness in your face. Seeing if you can invite softness into your eyebrows. Relaxing your third eye in between your brows. Seeing if you can allow the muscles of your jaw to soften a little bit more. Maybe even wiggling your jaw side to side. And then allowing it to let go and release. Inviting softness into your chest. Allowing space to grow around your heart center. And seeing if you can soften your belly. No need to grip or clench the abdominal muscles any longer. Allow your belly to soften. From here, becoming aware of your breath. Noticing the gentle rise of your belly as you inhale. And the gentle fall of your belly as you exhale. Noticing the air coming into your nostrils on your inhale, and the air leaving your nostrils on your exhale. And let's take 2 deep conscious breaths here. Inhale, feeling the ribs expand, the belly expand. Exhale, feeling your belly contract and your ribs contract. Inhale, breathing all the way to the base of your spine. Exhale, releasing. And then from here, we'll start to gently move. So keeping your feet at the opposite sides of your mat so they're walked away from each other, you're going to just let both knees fall off to the left and then off to the right for some windshield wipers here. So just moving gently side to side with your knees for some gentle twists. All the while your breath stays elongated, breathing all the way into your belly here. And next time both knees fall off to the left, just letting them rest here. We're going to bring our left foot, our left ankle on top of the right knee, applying a little bit of downward pressure. Noticing how this stretch feels for your right lower back. How does the internal rotation of your right hip feel here? We'll take one more deep breath. And now keeping the left ankle where it is, we're going to turn the right knee up towards the ceiling as the right foot plants into our mat. So now we're in figure 4. You can stay here, or maybe picking your right foot up off the mat and interlacing both hands behind the right thigh. We'll pause here for 4 breaths, breathing deep into our left hip. Your left toes are flexing back towards your left knee. One last deep breath here. And then we're going to plant the right foot back to our mat if it's not there already. So this is where you'll need your scarf or your belt or anything nice and long. You could even use a jumper here if you had a really long jumper that you didn't mind kind of stretching. Whatever you have, we're going to hook that item around our left foot and then just bringing your hands on either side here. So we're getting a nice big stretch into the back of our left leg now, into our left hamstring, left calf. Now you can keep the right foot planted into the mat, or if it feels good, you could extend your right leg long. And we'll just pause here for 4 more deep breaths. Knowing that you can always have a bend in your left knee here if you'd like. No need to force it straight. Whatever feels best for your body. Just another breath here. Now we're going to place both ends of the strap into our left hand. And now you can do this with your right leg long or planting the right foot into the mat. We're going to just let the left leg open out to the side here as far as feels good to you. So we're getting a stretch into our left inner thigh and opening our left hip up into external rotation. Two more breaths here. And then when you're ready, bringing your left foot back to center, you can remove your strap. We're going to plant both feet into the mat. Once more, letting our feet walk towards opposite sides of our mat. And we're just coming back to our windshield wiper twists here. So both knees fall off to one side and then over to the other side. You can move at a pace that feels good to your body. Noticing all the subtle sensations along your spine, into your hips. Next time we're there, we're going to let both knees fall off to the right. And then we'll hook our right ankle and our right foot on top of our left knee, applying a little bit of gentle downward pressure if that feels good to you. And breathing deep here as we move our left hip into internal rotation. Relaxing your face, softening your jaw. Taking one more deep breath here. And just like last time, keeping your right ankle on your left knee, start to bring your left knee to point towards your ceiling and then left foot plants into the mat. You can stay here if this feels good, or if you're craving a little extra, maybe you pick your left foot up off the mat and interlace hands behind your left thigh. Flexing right toes back towards your right knee. And we'll breathe into our right hip here for 4 more breaths. Breathing deep, allowing your awareness to rest in your being. Allowing yourself to come home to your body. Last breath here. And then we'll plant our left foot back onto the mat if it's not there already. Let's get our belt or our scarf, whatever we're using, and then wrap it around the right foot. One hand on each side of your scarf or belt, and then just gently guiding the right foot down towards your head, feeling a stretch into the back of the right leg, remembering you can always have a bend in your right knee. Your left leg can go long on your mat if that feels beneficial to you. Here for another 3 breaths. Last breath. Then we're going to bring both sides of our belt into our right hand. And you can do this with the left leg long or the left foot planted into your mat. And you're going to let your right leg open out to the side. So I have a wall in my way here, but hopefully you don't. And if you do, hopefully you can reposition yourself so that you can feel the full stretch into your right inner thigh here. And we'll be here for another 2 breaths. When you're ready, slowly guiding right foot back to center, and you can remove your scarf, your belt, whatever you were using. We're going to come to bridge from here. So planting both feet into your mat, hips width distance apart, both knees are pointing towards your ceiling. Arms come down beside you with the palms face down. And we're just going to press into our heels so that our hips start to reach up towards the sky. Thinking of reaching your knees to the top of your mat. Thinking of reaching your chest at the same time towards your head. Keep pushing into your shoulders. Just 3 more deep breaths here, opening up into the front line of our body, into our heart space, squeezing your glutes. Keep pushing into your heels. And then when you're ready, slowly lowering down. From here, soles of the feet come to touch now as your knees open wide for reclined butterfly. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can rest your hands on your belly here. Pausing here for 3 more breaths. As your hands rest on your belly, feeling your hands rising up with your inhale and gently falling down with your exhale. Softening your whole body here. Once you feel ready, hands to the outsides of your thighs, gently guiding knees towards each other. And we'll bring both knees into our chest. Give ourselves a little hug here in reclined child's pose. You can choose stillness, or maybe it feels nice to just rock a little bit side to side, massaging into your lower back. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way up to a seated position in whatever way works for you. You can come to sit cross-legged from here, resting your hands on your knees, stacking your shoulders above your hips, dropping your chin to your chest. Pausing here for 2 breaths, breathing into the back of your neck. Your right ear will roll around so that it stacks on top of your right shoulder. And now we're feeling the stretch into the left side of our neck. Notice if maybe your shoulders are a little bit squeezed up around your ears. This is very common. And just seeing if you can gently drop your shoulders down your back. You can stay here if you're loving this, or maybe bringing your left fingertips down beside you, noticing how that changes the sensations in this stretch. You might feel it down along your left arm, into your left shoulder. One more breath here. Your left hand comes back to your knee. We'll roll our chin to center and over to the other side. So now our left ear is on top of our left shoulder. Both shoulders are rolling down your back. We're targeting the right side of our neck. Option to bring right hand down beside you. If it feels good, you can be on the right fingertips for this. Ooh, this feels really good for me on this side. Just 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, bringing your right hand back to the knee, rolling chin back to center, and we'll just stack our head above our shoulders. On your next inhale, reaching arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, crossing your right hand over to your left knee, your left fingertips are going to come back behind you to act as a kickstand for our twist. We'll inhale to grow tall through the spine. And exhale to twist a little deeper. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. So there can be a tendency with this to kind of lean back into it, but seeing if you can keep your shoulders stacked above your hips, even if that means you're coming onto your left fingertips for this. Last breath. And then from here, we're going to cross our left arm over our right. So we're making an X in front of us. We're going to roll onto our tailbone and tuck our chin to our chest. So now we are feeling a release in between our shoulder blades. 2 more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Let's twist other side. So exhale, left hand to your right knee, and then right fingertips come back behind you. Inhale to elongate your spine, and then exhale, using your core to twist a little deeper. You might look over your right shoulder if that feels good for you. Breathing all the way to the base of your spine here. One more breath. And then from here, inhale, coming back to center, reaching your arms up. And then exhale, bringing your arms down beside you. And now from here, we're going to walk our hands back behind us. So we'll be on our fingertips. You're going to roll your shoulders down your back, push into your fingertips, reach your chest up towards the ceiling, maybe gazing up towards the ceiling. So this is a big opener into the heart space. It's a seated camel pose. Really reaching your sternum towards the sky. 2 more breaths here. and then slowly releasing out of that. Coming to butterfly pose. So soles of your feet will come to touch, your knees will go wide. Now with this, notice if maybe you're rolled back onto the tailbone. This is very common. So if this is you, just know that that is so normal, and what you can do to help with this is sit up on yoga blocks if you have them, or if you don't have them, you can just sit up on cushions from your couch. That works too. That really helps your pelvis to start to tilt forward so it can fold in unison with your spine. So taking your time to set yourself up if you would like. And then we'll inhale, grow tall through our spine. Exhale, folding forward, thinking of your belly button, reaching towards your feet. And then from there, you can let your head and your upper back round. We're going to pause here for 5 breaths to really get into our hips, our inner thighs, our lower back. Two more breaths here. And when you're ready, we're rising up and out of that. And now we're going to extend our left leg out on the diagonal. And then right sole of the foot is in line with your left thigh. Your torso comes to face your right knee, letting left arm slide down left leg, right arm in line with your right ear, with your right palm pointing towards your mat. Notice if maybe your chest is facing towards your mat, and seeing if you can keep your chest nice and open here, almost like you're turning your chest towards the ceiling. Feeling a big side body stretch here, getting into our QL muscle that connects our hip to our rib cage. Two more breaths here. And then we'll slowly rise up and out of that. Let's do that on the other side. So now your right leg is going off on the diagonal. Left sole of the foot in line with your right thigh. Torso comes to face your left knee. Right arm slides down the right leg. Chest faces out to the side. Left arm in line with left ear. Left palm faces the mat. 4 deep breaths on this side. I don't know about you, but this is feeling good for me. This is one of my favorite stretches. Last breath here. And then we'll slowly rise up and out of that. From there, extending both legs out in front of us for a forward fold. You can always have a bend in your knees for this, and as well, it can be really helpful to sit up on a cushion if you'd like here. We're going to inhale, reach arms up to the sky. And then exhale, folding forward, letting your hands rest wherever feels good for your body. Maybe you start to straighten your legs a little, whatever works for you. And we're going to be here for 5 breaths as well. Breathing into the backs of our legs, all up along our spine. Relaxing your face. And when you're ready, making your way up and out of that, we're just going to scoot up to the top of our mat so that we can make our way down onto our back once more. Our right leg goes long, our left knee comes into our chest. Left arm out to the side with the left palm face down. We're going to take a recline twist. So using your right hand to guide your left knee across your body. Your left shoulder is earthed into the floor beneath you. You can gaze up at the ceiling or maybe over your left shoulder if that feels good. You can turn your left palm down towards the ground to really help with earthing that left shoulder down. Feeling the twist along your spine, feeling the stretch into your left outer hip. One more breath here. And then slowly rolling back to center. We're just going to switch legs. So right knee into the chest, left leg goes long, your right arm out to a T, using your left hand, guiding your right knee across your body. Your gaze is up at the ceiling or maybe over your right shoulder. Once more, make sure that your right shoulder stays glued into the floor beneath you. So a twist happens when our pelvis and our upper spine move in opposite directions. So that's why it's really important to keep that right shoulder glued into the ground so it can keep moving our upper spine in the opposite direction to our pelvis. Now one more breath. And then slowly rolling back to center. We'll finish by bringing both knees into the chest, guiding both knees away from each other. Your feet follow the direction of your knees. You can stay here in this version of reclined yogi squat, or option to bring the soles of your feet to face the ceiling for happy baby, holding onto the backs of your thighs. Maybe your ankles or maybe the outsides of your feet. Thinking of your thighs wrapping around your torso and your knees reaching towards your armpits. Your lower back is reaching towards your mat and your head stays rested on the floor. 4 more breaths here. When you're ready, slowly rebending into both knees, guiding your knees back towards each other and dropping your feet down to the mat. We'll come into our Shavasana. So you could take Shavasana the way we started our class by maybe walking your feet towards the opposite sides of mat and letting your knees fall together. Or you could simply stretch your legs long. If you have a bolster or pillows, you might wish to bring that underneath your knees. Your arms go long with your palms faced up. Take any little wiggles you need here to feel comfortable. And then you can close your eyes or soften your gaze here. So Shavasana is a time of deep rest so that we can really absorb and digest and integrate all of the work that we did in our practice today. It's a time to simply rest in presence. Your only job now in your Shavasana is to be here. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just noticing how it feels to be alive. I'll leave you here for a few moments in silence. I'll let you know when it's time to come back to your space. When you're ready, taking a deep breath here to wake your body back up. Inhale. Exhale. Starting to wiggle your toes, your fingers, roll out your wrists. You might like to take a big stretch, reaching arms and feet away from each other. And then when you're ready, we'll bring both knees into our chest. Give ourselves a little hug here. Inhale. Exhale. And taking your time, we'll meet in a seated position to close our practice together. And once you're ready, inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your hands to prayer at heart center, bowing your head to your heart. Just taking a moment to connect with your heart center here. Your center of love, gratitude, and compassion. And sending yourself so much love and so much appreciation for the amazing person that you are. Taking one deep breath here to really breathe that in. Breathe in self-love. Feel it fill up your whole being. And when you're ready, slowly coming back to your space. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I really hope that you enjoyed that practice.